Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Geared Perspectives with me, Waldo, caster and analyst for the Gears of War competitive scene. Today I'm going to be looking over the new Gears of War 4 map that we know that we're getting, Dam for the mode Escalation. I am going to show you guys the hills that I think are going to be on the game mode. I'm going to show you the arguments, the ideas, maybe potential different hills that you could use, but the reason that I put them where they're at versus the other areas, because I believe that every hill should be contestable. I think it should be a rule. It should be a healthy push into the hill with multiple ways of entry and require teamwork to hold those positions. I am not for throw smokes and get loose styles of combat where everybody is just throwing smokes around the map, running in recklessly. I believe this mode's going to require strategy. To do that, the hills have to be placed in very open and contestable areas while being accessible at the same time. And it requires teamwork and gun game and team fire to hold the hills correctly. With that being said, I'm going to show you Escalation. Just so everyone knows, before I get over to that area and show you the hill layouts that I've chosen, I do want to say that the first set of hills is probably the most likely starting hills. The second set of hills is more based on just the triangle approach and trying to figure it out using deductive reasoning of what would work just from analyzing the map itself. So there are some different points that you can put them at, but I would almost bet money that these are going to be as close to the hills just off the starting point, just in general. So we're going to get into that. I will also do some basic breakdown of the map and the layout so that some people that I don't have the weapons on here just because I wanted to show the map, the hill objectives, not the weapon placements. So we're just going to get over that. Okay, so this is the first part of Dam. If anyone doesn't realize the layout for this, it's very similar to Gridlock. You can see the spawns, there's an approach. It's pretty much a very symmetrical map, sort of the same flow, kind of like they flipped the boom shot, area down and just did a little bit of an inversion. Still kind of similar to Gridlock. I said that the first time I saw it when I was streaming. I think it's not bad. I like the flow of the map. We'll see how this works in the objective modes, because I think all the modes are being built to work with Escalation. The opening hill. Now, I said this is probably going to be the closest. My A, B, C are going to be the closest ones to opening hill areas. I will show you some other points that I think they could be, but I wouldn't put them there just because of range of fights and too close together. The first hill, A, there could be a hill put back behind where the torque bow and long shot spawns, which is right here. I don't think that's a good spot to actually put this hill, just because this baseline cover, for a player to contest, they have to throw smokes. This becomes a clustered area of a terrible fight. People can sit here and Lancer cross people coming in, not healthy. What I think will happen is that the hill will be in between the pillars here. That's what I'm going to call this area. Pillars on Dam, just because it's contestable. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different approaches inside the hill that you can take. There's also cover that supports attackers approaching the hill as well as defenders defending the hill. So there's multiple uses of cover here that is healthy for a ring placement. It also gives ability for the if you take the hill, you can actually use the sniper to contest people coming up, but it requires accuracy in them hitting their shots to stop you from taking this hill. The other hills are B and C. Now, they could move. I will say that they could move. I don't see them moving, though, just because of the range of fight. Like I said, I believe all hills should be accessible and contestable. So if we're looking at the Escalation game mode, one hill is always going to be close to your starting spawn. One closest to the cog, one closest to the swarm. That is something that will always be a consistent thing through the maps. I will say that B and C could move to another location, and I can tell you why. I can also see it going into these locations, inside of the area because they're still contestable. You can still approach them. They're very open. But the problem is I believe that the hills are too close together, and the line of sight, you can shoot both hills from across from that. So because of those points, I believe that this is the most likely starting hill locations for the first half. And I do not think that they will put hills in choke points. I also say that's not healthy. I'll show you on Harbor as well when I get to that one. I don't believe putting hills back in areas where you're just going to get Lancer Cross down is healthy. It's not really contestable at that point. So when we go to the next one, I'll show you the other hills that I've selected that I think are most likely and some other changes. So this is second half hills. Like I said, there are smoke grenades here and here. I do not think the hills will go that far because, again, line of sight, it's too far out. Even though their line of sight is down, this is just a terrible area to put hills. So I don't think that they're going to be this far back or this close together. Again, line of sight, closeness, that's way too close together. I do think that E and F will probably end up on Boltox spawns. Just because that area is pretty contestable. It still favors the person picking up the power weapon, but you can actually fight and slay inside of there, and there are tools on the map to help you take these positions. So it's not like they're inaccessible or uncontestable points. The tricky one is D, because as you've seen, usually it's the triangles like this, and then it inverts the other way. I think the best way for this to happen is I put D in between here just because it's a little bit more open, but also because I can think it could go either way. It can go into the grenade pit, which I am severely against just because, again, the same argument as the top side. This will turn into a grenade cluster and just bodies hitting the floor. There's not a healthy fight in here. It's just a slaughter fest to see who can kill everybody out. Not the best hill position. Where I do think it will probably most likely end up, even though I didn't put it there, is in this open area in between the open platform, I guess is what we're going to call it, right by the boom shot. Just because there is multiple approaches, again, to contest this point. You can cross from the middle, you can come around from boom shot. There's multiple approaches to this area. I think that is healthy. As I said, with the other hills, I can't see E and F moving anywhere else. I mean, you can move them closer together, but again, you come down to the line of sight issues. So I would most likely say that those are going to be where the hills are positioned on this map for Dam. With that being said, I do like the map's overall layout. If people aren't aware where the weapons are, you essentially have your secondary weapons are going to be here and here. Your primaries are going to be here, here, and here. So there is a lot of strategy and escalation when it comes to weapon placement. Being able to place multiple hammer bursts, boltox, and long shots on this side of the map is actually good, or even placing them inside the trucks. So I think this map will work out. The flow is very good for it. There are some decent fights with it. As soon as we see that the weapons are rebalanced, I think Dam is in a good position to be a really good escalation map. And I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing some footage of that coming in the upcoming months, and hopefully from E3. With that being said, everybody, please like and subscribe on the bottom. I will be back shortly with another video. And give me your comments below. Hit me up on Twitter and also on my Twitch stream. I will be doing some other content and streaming today, finally, because I have a day off. So I hope to see you guys back here in a little bit.